Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to Duality 7X, guys. You know, this is a tough video. You guys know that I've been talking a lot about this topic about AJ Anthony Joshua and you know the unfortunate circumstances that he had to go through. Surviving a fatal car crash that took the lives of two of the most closest people to him, like brothers. They were like family to him. And I talked a lot about this. I've done a lot of videos. You guys are well aware of that. And I've been kind of keeping you guys abreast with what's going on, and any of the latest news that surrounding AJ. But one of the things that I've been kind of alluding to is that when it comes to Anthony Joshua, it's Anthony Joshua really just needs to focus on himself right now, and just kind of walk away from the noise. I almost feel like I'm talking about my video that I did with Ilya Tapuria, and how he's supposed to walk away from all the noise and focus on his family, because as you're aware, Ilya is going through some issues, family issues right now, and but this is different. This is different because Anthony Joshua came off a long hiatus. Like he was out of boxing for some time, after losing his fight to Daniel Dubois. And then he came back. He took on a fight on short notice with Jake Paul. He made a ton of money doing it. And then just literally 10 days after that fight, there's videos of him playing table tennis with his buddies and having a good time, enjoying some jokes and laughing, and then just moments later, his whole world just flipped upside down, and Anthony Joshua's life has subsequently changed, and the people around him, everything has changed for AJ. And so I was still optimistic. I'm like, AJ just needs a little bit of time. He needs to just focus on himself. As I mentioned before, walk away from the noise, walk away from the sport itself just temporarily, so he can get his thoughts in order. And then when it's right for AJ, then AJ comes back. Because this is what AJ loves to do. He loves to box. He's a boxer. That's his passion. But passion is one thing, but more than passion, there's something else as well. And AJ is a family guy. He's very close to his mom. He's very close to his relatives, his friends, the people that make up his social circle. AJ is very loyal. And as much as he loves the sport of boxing, he's loves his family even more. And that's important. And that you have to respect him for that, because that's a class act guy. That's I mean, he's probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, talk to. These are the things that I hear from others who have either met AJ or have know people who have. And he truly is a class act. So there's talks about him taking on Tyson Fury. There was some discussions potentially about him maybe taking on Fabio Wardley for the WBO belt. I mean, aside from all that, titles, belts, money, boxing, fame, I don't think that really. I mean, it's nice. I think AJ likes a lot of that stuff, but I don't think he's in love with that stuff. I think he likes it, but liking and loving are two completely different things. And he does it because he knows he's good at it, but I don't think that's really him. Like he does, like if he doesn't have it, I don't think that's going to affect him. I mean, he's made a ton of money. He's done very, very well for himself. So I don't think money is his um what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think he's motivated by belts and money and these kind of things anymore. I think he's more motivated about life itself, the meaning of life. Waking up in the morning and doing something that's meaningful. That that is something, guys. Most people that I know are waking up in the morning, going to their 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever you want to call it, and they're not happy. They do what they do because they earn a paycheck. They spend a majority of their life working with people they're not really familiar with, or their coworkers, what have you, and but they have a family, but and then they come back home, and then they spend maybe 1 or 2 hours with their family, and then they go to bed and they do it all over again, and then you get 2 days of rest, and then you reset, and then you start all over again. That sounds very drab, doesn't it? But it's okay. There's nothing, there's nothing really wrong with that picture either, because for a majority of us, that's what life is like. I'm not a big YouTube star. I don't make millions of dollars, sitting behind the camera here doing what I do. I like doing this stuff. I love it, actually. But I don't love it more than I love my family. I love my family more. Okay. And so if I had to choose between family and YouTube, well, obviously it's going to be family. But for guys like AJ, there's a lot of people who also really want AJ to continue to fight. Yeah, AJ's got to do what AJ's got to do. AJ, AJ's got to be AJ. And I think thinking anything to do with boxing right now is probably the last thing that he really cares about. I don't think it's. You could talk to him about a possible fight, with Tyson Fury or some other fighter, or even a rematch against Jake Paul or even Logan Paul. I don't. Circumstances have changed for AJ. I don't think that is that's a priority for him anymore. I don't think so. So yeah, there are a lot of rumors right now, guys. So we'll get right into it. Retirement rumors, and they're getting really loud right now. Okay, I don't know AJ, and I don't know what he's thinking. But if anyone who would be in that kind of situation, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, you call it what you want, but I don't think boxing's right now at the forefront of his priorities right now. Maybe one day, but not right now. So, the situation here's the deal, right? You got AJ. He was involved in a serious car accident in Nigeria, late December, guys. He survived. But two of his closest friends are no longer here, right? And that alone, those things are the kind of things that can change a person. And then AJ's uncle comes out, and then he says something that really shook up the boxing world. So apparently, and according to some family members of AJ's, he had privately told him that he's done with boxing, that he's retired, he's finished. And the family, they're not fighting it, actually. They're actually kind of relieved. I think this really, really affected everybody, because the stakes were way too close to home. Something like this is just wow, right? I mean, like every time AJ stepped into the ring, his family was so emotionally charged that it would be so difficult for them to sleep, to think, to act, to talk. I mean, you see other fighters and then their parents in the audience, like Jake Paul, his mom's usually there. What do you think is going through their minds? Like, that's tough mentally. All right. And, after almost losing AJ, honestly, guys, for real, this really hits home, guys. It's a lot different. And so let's be clear. This when I'm talking about potential retirement rumors, like guys, this is trauma based decision making. I mean, what like it's you know, you call it survivor's guilt, whatever you want to call it. This is a man who sat in a wrecked vehicle surrounded by shattered glass, knowing the people right next to him didn't make it. That messes you up. And when you already fight for a living, guys, when your job is literally violence, yeah, it hits harder. It really does. Okay. So look, AJ just kind of posted, after the crash, and it wasn't, about boxing. It wasn't promo. It wasn't like, business. I mean, it was family. It was family. Again, he posted something that he loves, not what he likes. He likes his family and he loves his family. What I meant is he loves his family more than he loves the sport of boxing. You could send him another $500,000 chain, a 24 karat gold cane, whatever you guys want to do. These aren't the things that are going to make AJ happy. He'll like them, but there's more to life for AJ than there is in these material things that we enjoy and love, and so many people can't live without. So, AJ shared his photos with the loved ones that he cares about the most. The people he lost, and captioned it, "My brother's keeper." That in itself kind of tells you everything. I mean, that's not the mindset of someone planning a mega fight, under, with like press tours booked and, nah. This is a mindset of someone who is reevaluating things, reevaluating life from a different perspective. So where it kind of gets a little bit tricky is, when we're talking about injuries, because I was talking about his injuries earlier. Originally, when AJ was being assessed, they were saying that his injuries were minor. But come on, guys, let's be real. The photos of that car, absolutely destroyed, and AJ came out of there crying, screaming. This is a 250, 60-pound, muscle-bound phenom who showed a lot of emotion. And then people still had the nerve to try to come up and shake his hand and take selfies and pictures with him. Like, come on, guys. The roof was crushed in. The doors were ripped off its hinges. Shattered glass all over him, all over Anthony. Rear end was completely obliterated. And like AJ was walking out of there stiff, ribs are guarded, knee was looking off. I mean, the whole situation, I think, was downplayed, honestly, possibly. I really, truly feel that. And maybe they did that for obvious reasons. They didn't want to let it out that he was injured more than he was, because they didn't want to potentially jeopardize any potential opportunities that might, be around the corner for AJ. I mean, like, there were talks and discussions about a fight between maybe Rico Verhoeven, maybe $135 million showdown between himself and Tyson Fury. Now you got to ask yourself, like, after you survived death, after losing people you love, after questioning your own body, do these fights really matter? At some point you're kind of like, I've done it, been there, I've achieved it. What more do I want? All right. I mean, if it's legacy AJ is chasing, I think he's got it. I mean, if he were to go into the Boxing Hall of Fame, I don't think he has to do anything more to earn that spot. I think he's already earned it. He's Anthony Joshua, right? But the question comes down to, is AJ really done? I mean, what if the What if the Fury fight never happens? Does that reshape like the entire heavyweight division and landscape? Does that change things? Like, I mean, does it? No Joshua versus Fury, no Saudi mega fight or event, no final legacy moment. I mean, like, maybe we got to look at things from a different angle, right? What if this is just a pause, right? Time to heal, time to grieve, time to reset, let the emotions work through your body, just clear your mind. Dave Chappelle, he took some time off. He and again, family is very important to Dave Chappelle as well too. But he needed a reset in his life. And then now he's starting to come back, but he's doing things on his own accord, right? He's not being pulled and pushed into different directions. I mean, he does what he wants to do. Nobody's got their thumb on them. Nobody's telling him when he can take a pee break, when he can do this, when he can do that. He does things when he wants to. Freedom, true freedom. And I think AJ, maybe he will come back. Maybe he will fight again. But right now, I think he just needs time to heal, time to grieve, time to rethink things a little bit more. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if he does come back, I want to see him come back. But if he does come back, I want him to come back on his own terms. I mean, either way, this is bigger than boxing, guys. Bigger than boxing, right? So let AJ walk away right now. Let him walk away from the noise. Let him heal. Let him take all the time in the world that he needs. And respect him. Respect his privacy fully. The guy's already an Olympic gold medalist. A former two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world. He's a global icon. And more importantly, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. His legacy is secured. He has nothing to worry about. No fight is worth your life or your peace. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. It's a somber video for me. Kind of sad. I really like AJ. And I really hope we see him in some capacity again. But for now, I just hope he finds a peace that he's looking for, and our thoughts and prayers are with him, his family, and the loved ones that he's lost. And that's all we can ask for. So thanks again, guys, for joining us. And we're here every day. We'll continue to pump out more videos for you guys, and lots to chat about. I'll catch you guys on the next one.